nombre Guantánamo, Gamboa! And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the blue corner with trainer and his father, Bill Haney, and trainer Mickey Bay. Tonight donning purple with yellow, he officially took the scale, also at 135. Tonight he enters this championship contest perfect. 24 bouts, 24 victories, including 15 wins by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, introducing to you the present and future of boxing, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC lightweight champion of the world, Devin!
Gamboa down. He wants to knock him down 4 times and then finish.
I love that right hand that he's throwing to the gut right there. That's going to get the hands down of Gamboa.
Stop, don't push.
And whether Gamboa had surgery or not, Chris, any sort of injury to your Achilles is a game changer. Has ended many professional athletes' careers. Let's see how Gamboa is with his feet tonight.
Yeah, and most recently, you saw David Haye against Tony Bellew tear his Achilles. He came back to fight a rematch against Bellew and was knocked out again. That turned out to be his last fight.
See, this is what Haney does so well. He doesn't smother his punches. See, he keeps the distance and he keeps the fight in the middle of the ring. Gamboa's looking for a chance to pounce in, just like anxious and eager to shine, because sometimes that backfires, especially for, you know, a young fighter like Haney. But that's a young champion we're talking about in Haney at 21 years old. So he's not like any other young fighter. I mean, he had that amateur pedigree with 7-time national champion, turned pro at 17, won a world title at 21. So we're not just talking about any fighter in Devin Haney.
Well, if Haney doesn't get his way, you wonder if perhaps some frustration will start to set in, as he's so keen on knocking Gamboa out.
See how Haney just stepped back right now. Gamboa wanted to initiate an offense right there, but Haney stepped back and looking for that right-hand counter. Anytime Gamboa even thinks about coming forward, just look at the foot of Haney, his back foot. It steps back, ready to counter.
Jab upstairs, jab downstairs by Haney.
Yep, he's trying to set up that straight right hand. And this is what you want to do with Gamboa. You know, Gamboa's dangerous coming forward. He's very explosive, but walk him back. Walk the shorter man back and don't let him break the distance. Bill Haney yelling at his son, stay long on him, and that's exactly what he wants to do.
A little stare down at the end of round 2. Haney managed and trained by his father, Bill Haney, but also works extensively with Mike McCollum and Floyd Mayweather Sr. in the gym, saying that's just our system, that's the way we have it.
But like I said earlier, turn this into a gun affair, a gunslinger. Be a gambler in there. Gamboa needs to be a gambler with his punches. But when Haney's holding all the cards, it's hard to do that.
And we are at a casino, the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. We'll be back here again later this month. We're in round 5, scheduled for 12. Devin Haney, the champ. Gamboa, the challenger. So far, it has been all Devin Haney.
And everything off that jab. Just a beautiful, sharp jab from Haney.
Oh, there's some activity from Gamboa. A left hook on the inside.
Favor of Devin Haney. It's funny, Todd, this is a crowdless environment, but we do have members of Team Gamboa in the crowd, and judging by their reaction, they think that Yuriorkis Gamboa is winning. I have a hard time seeing that come together.
Well, he's not in a communist country anymore. They aren't forced to cheer for him.
See how Gamboa just fell off balance right there coming forward? That's what Haney wants him to do. that explosiveness is not there by Gamboa. So the only way he's going to be successful is if Haney stays in front of him or he fights in the inside, which he's not going to do. The intensity will die down the second half of the fight for Gamboa, and that's where Haney should pounce on that.
Oh, big left hook. Gamboa's head snapped to the left. Takes another one.
You have to be careful if you're Gamboa.
See if Haney now puts the pedal to the metal, so to speak, and tries to get Gamboa out of there. We're in round 8, scheduled for 12, WBC lightweight championship on the line. Haney the champion, of course. Gamboa, the soon-to-be 39-year-old, with perhaps his final shot at glory. By what you've seen so far, Chris, which one of the young guns do you think Devin Haney would have the most success with? Would it be Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, or Lopez?
Look, I think he'd have success against all of them. He's extremely talented. That's not the question. The question is, can he make himself marketable enough for those fighters to want to fight him? I mean, Ryan Garcia has never won a title, but you hear Bob Arum mention Ryan Garcia. You hear Floyd.
Gamboa's pulling back with his arms down. He's having success, finally landing some punches inside, but he's pulling back with his arms down. Very dangerous.
How do you have it through 9 full rounds?
9 rounds to none in favor of Devin Haney. Pretty easy fight to score all the way throughout. Haney's been effective with the jab. He continues to counter really well. It's probably not the type of sensational performance. In fact, it's definitely not the type of sensational performance Devin Haney's looking for, but he is dominating Yuriorkis Gamboa.
Well, if he hadn't set the bar so high himself and told Sergio that he wants to knock Gamboa down 4 different times, he wants to do better than Crawford did against Gamboa. If you just looked at this fight in a vacuum, you would say Devin Haney looks fantastic. This former 2-time world champion has barely laid a glove on him, and he's whitewashed him through 9 full rounds.
Now, you like that attitude, though, from Haney. You want a guy to want to come in and look spectacular, especially when your peers in the lightweight division have been doing the exact same thing. This is the hottest division in all of boxing, and most of these top fighters are doing something spectacular, it seems like, every other week.
Jab splits the guard again from Haney.
And the fight's not over. I mean, we're going into the championship rounds, and Devin Haney's been picking at Gamboa, trying to set something up big. Either left hook or right hook.
Total jabs landed. Devin Haney with 39 at 140. Gamboa 16 at 130.
Just clipped the tip of the jaw with that right hand.
And those are the punches I was talking about earlier, the ones that are going to come around the glove, whether it's a left or a right, but it's going to be more of a hook type punch.
You know, one name we've almost completely walked off the plank in this division is Lomachenko. Could you see Haney versus Lomachenko in the future?
I doubt it. I think Lomachenko most likely is earmarked for a return to 130 pounds, where Top Rank has several high-level fighters, including Shakur Stevenson, which will be a terrific, Olympian versus Olympian matchup.
Haney refusing to let Gamboa hold on here. You can see Haney's legs. They're so agile. He jumped in with a left hook right there. All Gamboa can do is hold down.
1 point holding. No more. Let's go.
Sergio, I brought this up with Rydell Booker in the last fight. Gamboa is a tough guy, but you've seen a lot of his fights. Do you get the sense he's in this fight to win?
He was in this fight to win, not the second half. I'm telling you, that the intensity has died down because the fatigue has setting into his legs. Right now, Haney senses that, and that's why he's taking more chances. Expect Haney to walk back Gamboa and take a couple more chances offensively.
and create more space to try to avoid exactly what Gamboa is doing to him.
I'm telling you right now, this fight is not over. Haney is still looking for that knockout right now, and he's already invested enough to the body to have Gamboa tired in this last round.
And we haven't really even mentioned Haney's surgically repaired shoulder. It looks pretty darn good.
Shot to the body.
Will we have some late fireworks here? 30 seconds to go. Final round. Again, just off the mark for Haney.